In today's world, the cloud is, well, it's everything. It's how we innovate, how we scale, how we grow our businesses. But there's this huge hidden cost that's quietly draining budgets, a problem that most leaders don't even see until it's too late. It all starts with one pretty shocking number.
35%. Now, this is the number that should really make you pause. On average, businesses are wasting 35% of their total cloud spend. Just think about that for a second. More than a third of your cloud budget, just gone, vanishing into the complexity of the cloud. And we're not talking about small potatoes here. On a global scale, that 35% waste adds up to an incredible $28 billion every single year. That is a massive amount of capital that could be going into innovation, into growth, or right back to your bottom line.
So the big question is, where is all this money going? Well, the real culprit is something that traditional cost optimization tools just completely miss. See, it's not just about what infrastructure you're running, it's about who has the power to run it and the unmanaged permissions they're holding.
This waste usually shows up in 4 key ways. First, you've got orphaned service accounts. Think of these like digital ghosts, still active, still racking up bills for things no one even knows exist. Then there are over-provisioned permissions, where people spin up all sorts of unnecessary infrastructure simply because they can. Third, you've got idle compute resources. Those expensive machines just left running because access was never turned off. And finally, there's shadow IT sprawl, which creates all these duplicate, costly resources across multiple clouds like AWS, Azure, and GCP. This really represents a fundamental shift in thinking. The key takeaway here isn't about running around trying to turn off individual servers. Real, effective cloud cost optimization is about getting control of the permissions that are creating all that waste to begin with. Okay, so if the problem is so deeply rooted in permissions, how in the world do you fix it? Well, you need a solution that's actually built around intelligent governance, one that gets the direct link between who has access and what it costs.
The solution is an approach we call cross-identity cloud governance and FinOps. Now, I know that sounds a bit technical, but think of it like this. It's a smart way to manage who can do what across all your different cloud platforms. It brings financial accountability, that's the FinOps part, directly into your cloud operations. The whole idea is simple, but it's so powerful. Right-sized access leads to right-sized spending.
And this is really the core of it. It's all about bringing every single one of your cloud identities from every platform under one unified control center. This central hub is designed for one specific purpose: multi-cloud cost optimization.
So how does this actually work? Well, this approach does 4 really critical things. It finds and eliminates those costly, unused identities. It gets rid of the overprivileged roles that let infrastructure sprawl get out of control. It enables what's called just-in-time access, so you're only paying for what's being actively used. And it applies continuous, policy-driven governance to make sure that waste stays at 0.
Now, theory is one thing, but results are what really matter. So let's look at a real-world example of how this kind of approach led to a massive financial turnaround for a major company.
This company was spending $2.4 million a year on their cloud infrastructure. After they put this permissions-focused approach into place, their annual spend dropped all the way to $1.5 million. And this didn't take years. This entire transformation happened in just 90 days.
Let's just let that number sink in for a moment. That is a recurring annual saving of $900,000. This is the real, tangible impact of tackling that permissions-driven waste head-on.
And when you look a little deeper, the results are even more impressive. A 38% cost reduction in just 3 months. They found and removed 3,400 unused permissions across their entire multi-cloud setup. They eliminated 230 of those orphaned accounts, and they achieved an ROI of over 400%. This isn't just about saving money, it's a complete operational and financial transformation.
Okay, so let's bring this back to you. These kinds of results aren't just a one-off thing for one company. This is the kind of potential that's sitting right there in your own cloud environment, just waiting to be unlocked.
And the benefits here go way beyond just the balance sheet. Adopting this kind of strategy delivers what we like to call the triple win. So first, you save money. We're talking typically between 25 and 40% on infrastructure. Second, you dramatically reduce your risk. By enforcing the right level of access, you help prevent the massive $4.45 million average cost of a data breach. And third, you stay compliant, which helps you avoid those huge penalties that can come with access violations. It's a win for finance, a win for security, and a win for compliance.
So we'll end with this question.
If you could reclaim over a third of your organization's cloud budget, what would you do with it? What new projects could you get off the ground? What innovations could you drive? The path to answering that question, well, it starts with mastering your permissions.